I do think the Rakan was a mistake, though, because it felt like they were trying to deny it, but you want them to play Rakan into Talia. They should have just gone the Alistar. I think it would have been the better pickup.
Oh, right, and then just, like, baited Duro into playing it themselves.
Yeah.
Chilling, it's not that, you know.
Well, Canyon is moving in, but we got to fight on the top side of the map as well. Dudu dashing around like a madman. As Canyon doesn't find the rock, Chovy is looking to get up here as well, as there's the public execution. And Dudu just grabs first blood. That's a solo kill. Hope that he doesn't die or anything like that, but if he's a little bit behind, he's still a Zeri. Just takes one skirmish and he can get out of control. And now DN Freecs, they have first roam to kind of everything.
Yeah, we see Gen.G all looking to contest this. There's a 3v3 with the top lane starting to move.
Yeah, Canyon goes in though. Seismic shove is good there from Bulldog as he's just getting thrown around. The Impale is decent as Pyosik there with the Crescent Guard doesn't have a whole lot of defense, but he audaciously charges away. Keen trying to be immune and does get that sniff to take down the Xin Zhao. Another phenomenal shove though, and the public execution, but the pulverize from Duro, he's just saving the fight for Gen.G! And Bulldog almost slammed into the wall. It was almost even worse. As the DN Freecs can't make it happen. Berserker trying to fight back against Ruler, and Ruler barely even noticing from what we can see here.
It's absurd to me that Gen.G won that fight.
It feels illegal.
Going into it. You had level 6 for life over Duro. That should have been a one fight, and I think just poor target selection really cost them there.
Yeah, feels a little bit like the nameplate situation becoming a bit of a problem here, but Dudu was their 1 point of power, and now Canyon's going to turn up, and Keen just going to put him in his circle and cut him down. There goes the Ambessa one more time, and it's a killing spree now for Keen. Okay, so gets solo killed, turns that into, I'm a bit angry, I've got a bounty of 220 gold, and very close to completing his first item.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the sort of Gwen you want to be dealing with.
But it was! It used to be! You know?
Once upon a time.
Yeah, everything was going great. I feel like we're back in the B&K series where you've got Vikla getting a double kill on his undefeated Rise, and then everything falls apart. And it's happened at about the same cadence here in the next matchup.
Yeah.
Because Gen.G have a 2,000 gold lead here at 10.5 minutes. Like, that's silly.
That I had for the PlayStation, and they were both, I played them so much.
Yeah. I played the first one. I played the first one so much. I think I played it on GameCube. It got re-released, so I bought it on Switch as well.
Oh man! I remember you could like upgrade. You know, you could win new pods. You could also like buy upgrades for it.
Yep.
You
it was like an RPG.
The repair droids you could get. Oh man!
And you could make them so fast that half the game was unplayable.
Yes.
You just couldn't turn. Oh, it was very good. The boost was absurd in that game. Anyway, we are focusing on something else. There is a quickness coming on in. Keen is just dead. Great seismic shove there from Bulldog. No notes. As the DN Freecs just grabbed themselves a pick now, and it looks like a bigger crab that has just spawned might go over to them as well.
Yeah.
Still, like, they have all of the control ever.
No TP for Bulldog, and even if you did, I'm not sure you want to fight this. I think just letting Dudu have some pressure on the bot side. I don't think he can take this turret right now, but he was getting some good damage onto it.
I still think the DNF are making the right choices, right? They're not over-pressing. They're seeing whether Gen.G are going to get a bit complacent, right? So they're keeping their eye on him. He's like, no, I'm not afraid.
Well, I mean, we did see... No, that'd be spoilers for Arcane, and as we know, some people haven't seen Arcane Season 2.
Oh, that's true, but I don't think he's ever going to see it. He's a hater.
Yeah, you know...
Man, I feel like he's catching strays all over the place, but why does he have... Like, he's the one. Like, sorry.
It's not my fault he didn't watch Arcane.
Yeah. That's all right. Headbutt pole onto Dudu here. Chovy distracted by an inner turret. Duro just keeping him interested as they do just take this one down. Pyosik will be able to get the second dragon, and it's a Cloud Soul, baby. They're going to go down, and Gen.G is still pushing here towards his bottom side as well. As all right, public execution onto Chovy, but Duro's going to turn up, and he's just dead.
Yeah.
Duro was quite recently there.
Yeah, he was already pretty ahead, but...
I also can't believe I just objectified Alistar there.
Yeah, that was pretty... Just because he's an animal doesn't mean he's not...
He is still an object, but it still felt rude. As Pyosik tried to take the Raptors away from Canyon. Canyon going to get ulted away. And the smite is going to come on through, but Canyon can drive through that one. There's the flash at the same time. It's a scary Skarner, and he just picks up the Xin Zhao, who cannot do anything. He used everything to try and escape. And he still had the ulti. And so now Canyon is just going to come on over and continue the work Keen has put in onto this Arakan.
You may think, right, well, of course Canyon's going to try so hard to get him. He gets a kill. They get the Arakan off it. Actually, the reason he went for that is he wanted the hard steel stack. He's now got an extra 20 from when we previously checked in. 38.
That's power right there. All right, teleport going to bring the Ambassador in. Gen.G starting this one up, not wanting to give away Soul Point. And Canyon, very, very strong. He's like super tanky right now. Duro looking for a flank angle, as is Kane. And Gen.G all the while just sticking onto this dragon. Okay, headbutt does pull Pyoshik around, but that is still going to be secure by Canyon. Dudu in that backline, Keen just fighting everyone he can find. And Chovy now just going to use the seismic shove, it feels like, to close the distance. Bulldog going to be flashing away though, Keen trying to dash away, and Berserker goes too far forward, baited by the low health bars. And DNF not going to be able to fight anymore. Public execution going to be a little bit of a public flub there from Dudu. And Chovy just going to finish off this turret. Gen.G continuing to push forward. There's Ruler now just saying, enough with this silliness. It's time to die.
Canyon looking for the hard steel stack. And I guess a kill too.
It's all about the hard steel stacks. You can tell that Orcs is a ARAM gamer.
Yeah.
Which is what he's going to have to go back to playing now that Arena is gone.
Oh, don't remember. How?
Sorry. As Dudu is possibly dead, but he does have good old shielding and dashing and all that stuff.
And you can see after that, Canyon kind of lost a little bit of interest, and then you see Ruler's like, no, give me the kill, please. And he's like,
Well, Duro is going, never mind. In comes Canyon now. Let's see whether they can actually kill him, as Duro is taking them for a merry ride. Finally flashes. Headbutt comes in. Pulverize not going to connect, though, because Dudu is just able to dash all the time forever. And he's still going, he's still going. He's got the movement speed from the Cloud Rift.
And has the ult for backup, doesn't need it.
Yep, that's Ruler who's just kind of done with it. As okay, Ruler might be done with being on the Rift right now, but he does use the Feather Storm, creates the distance, and holds the recall. Oh man, Life is so close to dead as well, as there's the crash. Bulldog gonna go down, and that's a double.
You know what's the saddest thing about Skarner?
What's that?
Is when you ult them.
Oh god, Life is trying to work out what he needs to do there, and he just came up with nothing.
When you ult them, you can't auto them, right? Because you're locked in to the animation. So both of them had hard steel stacks, and Canyon's just staring at them, not able to take them. Ruler takes the kill.
No.
He has the Infinity Edge now. He's doing so much damage, and
I mean, at least he has 104 now. That's a decent number. As it's 25 minutes into the game, and Gen.G are thinking that maybe that's enough time spent in the game. As they have a 12,000 gold lead. The Nexus turrets are going to go down. We felt like, as far as the draft was concerned, maybe there was a chance, but as it turned out, the first place team is performing a little bit better here in the LCK than the 10th place team. Game 1 going over to Gen.G.
Like, yes, you can block things, but it doesn't really help with getting on top of these sort of mobile, longer range picks.
You do have Engage Scion, so you don't need to worry about Engage Braum. It's not really a thing. As Pyoshik, he's actually spotted here, as the Rel also pops out of the Fog of War. Now going to go for the Flash Engage! Pyoshik, no chance, although is able to get the Warrior Trickster off, gets himself out of there. Life might be in trouble as Ruler is going to dash forward, but it is just going to be Gen.G saying thanks for the leash. And True Shot Barrage just to make sure that there's no one hiding in the shadows. I'm trying to remember. It's one of the Noxian bad guys.
I don't know, and also it's hard to know, right?
Well, like what is even true anymore?
Yeah, they changed a few things recently.
Well, Life is just going to wander in and just show Canyon the chimney. Canyon says, "Do you have Smite though?" And he says no.
Because wasn't it? Didn't Jason Victor originally make Blitzcrank? But that's not a thing anymore. Or maybe it is. Or I don't.
They might have made him in a different dimension.
You know what? I used to know what the lore was, and then they kept changing the lore, and now I don't know what the lore is anymore.
Grubs went over to Gen.G, but there's at least one grub for the DN Freecs.
Yeah.
And there is a Hex Flash, because Duro can. Shattering Strike's pretty good there as well. As the dash forward, crash down is good. As True Shot Barrage comes in, Arcane Shift actually picks up the kill. That is novel. And Life is also now dead. Yep, that's the kill going on over. So a double kill in 2v2, not too bad there for Ruler and Duro. As Keen getting pushed away, he might be dead, does manage to surge himself back up to some health, and then just pounces his way out. Pyoshik now is going to die as Canyon throws the ulti in, and Dudu not going to have the damage to stop him. And he's just pretty sticky on this doggo. Still the turret not going to be enough for, sorry, not going to be something that Canyon can fight against. Bulldog gets a plate, but it is, I spoke too soon. Yeah. But not anymore.
Yeah.
Look, there's a cannon.
There's a cannon.
There's a pedal.
Oh, he's not going to be able to get there in time. He can't TP to pick it up.
Keen, get the pedal. We can see it on the minimap. He gets the pedal. Gorgeous.
Nice.
Look at that. All right, guys. And you know what? He'll get there. Charm comes on through. Chovy picks up turret aggro. And Duru's coming on in. If this doesn't work, then you just invite the metal horse. And Dudu goes down.
Oh, wait.
Oh, Duro is going to get taken out. It's a 1-for-1. And Dudu is a happy zombie.
I think Canyon getting aggro there would have been optimal. Since you can drop it with a W, but also he has Shojin. He's actually pretty tanky already for an Inferi.
Acidity upgraded somewhat now as well. And he's going to be able to take down the first turret. So theoretically, a full monopoly on the feats, but we don't see the first turret one going on over. I kind of would like it if you still saw it. Even though feats of strength are done. Like, I hate that it sort of stops counting them, because I like knowing who gets the first turret, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. So
You won.
Yeah, no, that's my bad. I don't want to be greedy. All right, crash down onto life as the door is there, but he can't put it all around him, unfortunately, and so he's just dead. Ruler going to be able to pick that one up, taking down his former teammate. The entire map belongs to Gen.G is what it kind of feels like right now. 4,000 gold plus is actually the lead, and there are bounties up already. Yeah, it feels like the game wasn't that doomed and then became really doomed.
Yeah.
What's happening? We didn't know that.
Oh, Reptile's gonna go in, big slam. We'll see if they can get another charge.
Oh, beautiful stuff.
Oh, Charm comes through. It is shield up Rom, so a bit of a struggle, but more damage coming in. Will jump away and survive that. Ult comes in from Pureshik. Manju gets some damage down, but a disengage from Gen.G keeps him safe.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to stop you there. He's a little too talented, ladies and gentlemen. Does have Bulldog alongside him. See whether they can get themselves some of this bounty gold. It looks like Keen will be giving this one up. And Chovy, only a Sun Disc to deal with there towards the bottom side. Ocean Soul, not exactly the most pivotal, as Duro realizing that he has to get the heck out of there, but Concussive Blow's not going to work out. And Ruler just denying as much farm as he possibly can as he takes down an inner turret. Emperor's Divide finds the air.
You know, you miss every shot you don't take.
Yeah, and you miss the ones you miss as well. Did you know that?
Man, the Freecs need to be hitting some shots.
I was like, the word hacker is just kind of annoying now.
Yeah.
Because I was watching there's a film recently came out. It's got a lot of incredible actors in it, done by the same people that did Kingsman. And I think they say hacker in that. I'm like, it just feels weird.
Yeah.
The word hacker right now.
Oh, but then they're going to do that thing they did with the zombie films.
Yeah.
Where they don't want to say hacker, so they say
something.
With.
Yeah, okay. Oh, we've got a team fight. That's a nice Magnus Storm here from Duro. Shattering Strike, a lot of value. No one dead just yet, but in and out goes Gen.G. As True Shot Barrage doesn't find the mark. Canyon is just going to cut them down, though, and my God, the blender that is Gen.G is pretty frightening. And it's not even like good news for Dudu, who's outside of the fight. He's dealing with Keen this whole time.
Kind of just decimated them. Yeah, Dudu, he's just having his own little time against the Nidalee. Not too fun, but more fun than the rest of DNF are having. Yeah, they did that with zombie films. I think the market got a little... Oh!
Okay, there's a crash. All right, King gonna get knocked up. Remember, he can just pounce away.
Yeah.
At any time.
Oh,
and he does.
Dudu
could have flashed after him, but he didn't know it was there.
Get the follow, and also Keen has flashed, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the market got a little oversaturated. You know, if they use that, that'd be peak, honestly.
What about E-Detective? We're gonna need an E-Detective for this one. It's Veronica Mars' daughter that's going to do it. Veronica Mars, fantastic show, but definitely is a little bit older, and it probably would be an E-Detective that they'd need now as Chovy over the wall. A bit of a jump scare there for Life, who is just dead, ladies and gentlemen.
Interesting, his name is Life, and yet he has the most deaths. Don't worry, I'll be there in a second.
Well, he gets a shield, look at that. Perfectly utilize the shield to absorb Ruler's damage.
He does have an unending despair. Like, the healing value you get from that would be pretty good if the fights went over in 3 seconds.
Yeah. All right, well, there's a flanking teleport from a Nidalee. I don't know necessarily what that means. But with the amount of money Gen.G has, probably not great things for DNF. As Life, okay, avoiding a fair bit, but will get charmed up. There's Orbit Deception there as well as Canyon and Keen. Oh, the cats and dogs are so incredibly frightening. There's the first kill, and there's a whole bunch more as Ruler is just going ballistic. the doggo as well. Dudu is trying to run away. He liked it more when it was the 1v1 against the Nidalee in a side lane, as he's like, yeah, is this what's been happening around the rest of the map? Oh dear.
This is just pristine top lane experience. You get counterpicked by a ranged top laner that you can only describe as cringe. After playing your lane out as best you can, trying to pick up some farm, you realize the rest of your team is a combined 0-13, and the game is
By the way,
just over.
It definitely is just over. I think, is it Kion that came up with Firewall Tickler as a hacker name?
Lord of the Pings is
Lord of
peak.
the Pink. Digital Locksmith feels a bit real. Actually really like that. Kion, that's some good stuff.
We should pitch
As
this.
Charm gonna come on through. Emperor's Divide doesn't do enough because the Nexus explodes.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.